Hey guys, welcome back to another segment of Caffeine Cars with the Swan Father and Big Josh. Let's go ahead and get these bad boys cracked open. Cheers.
As always.
Alright, so what we've been doing here every week, taking some time to talk about stuff that's going on in the car world, stuff that's going on here at our store specifically. This week we're going to kind of go over some things about what to expect when you come here. We are located at 1401 South Beacon Boulevard in Grand Haven. Number here is 616-842-0600. And as you may have heard in some previous episodes, me and Josh are the only employees here. And before we really get into it, I wanted to kick this off with the fact, I know most of all of us as kids have heard the tale about, if you eat a watermelon seed, what happens to you. And I wanted to give you a real life example of what happens to you when you eat a watermelon seed. Exhibit A. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about kind of what to expect when you come to do your car shopping at Preferred Ford. So Josh, take it away.
So one of the big things is you can go to almost any town in the country, and you're going to find a Ford store, GM store, Dodge store. It doesn't necessarily matter.
Sometimes it's just a used car store, not even a specific.
Right, and it doesn't matter what the brand of the store. We just happen to be a Ford store. But when you come shop at Preferred, especially Preferred Ford, when you walk in the door, you're going to notice a difference. We don't do things the same way as a lot of other places. There's, a lot of gimmicks. There's a lot of all sorts of hoopla involved. There's all sorts of things to get in. We don't play those kind of games here. When you come here, the first thing you're going to notice is a friendly greeting. If you don't hear someone say out of your mouth within the first 10-15 seconds after you walk in the door, you're going to hear someone say, "Welcome to Preferred." That's going to be the first thing you're going to hear them say.
Usually, it'll be either me or Josh, because we're the only two that work.
Exactly. And then of course, we're going to follow up with kind of find someone or find something or whatever. Another thing you're going to notice when shopping here at Preferred, especially Preferred Ford, is if you say, "I'm just here for parts," or "I need to go to service," we're never going to just point down the hallway and say, "Yep, go right down there, this, that, or the other place." We're going to get up away from our desks, and we're going to escort you back to the parts department. We're going to escort you back to the service department. We're going to do those little things. Here's the deal, is all business is required at a car dealership. So we have to have the parts business, we have to have the sales business, we have to have the service business. It's all important, and your business is important to us.
Right, and we want you to have a full experience here, not just feel like you're getting passed off to the next person. "Oh, you're not here to buy a car today, I don't care to deal with you." You're at our store, you took the time to come here, and we want to make you feel welcome and know that you're important.
I mean,
yeah.
If you go to a lot of these places, you pay extra to be in the VIP club and this, that, and the other thing. Not here at Preferred Ford. The second you walk through the door, you're a member of the VIP club here at Preferred Ford.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, another thing, and I know Swan will attest, we've had, I'm
not taking a test right now.
You are, and right now you're failing. Keep it up. But you have a husband and a wife. I can't tell you how many times I've had customers tell me, especially female customers, where I will spend more time talking to the female customer rather than the male customer, especially the vehicles for her. She's the decision maker. We're not going to separate anyone out. If it's a family vehicle, we're going to talk to the family. You have kids with you, we're going to keep the kids involved. We're going to try to be interactive with everybody. All of us here are really great at that. We just want to make sure that everyone here is comfortable. We want to make sure everybody's having fun. We're going to keep this thing as transparent as possible and as easy as possible.
Well, and another thing too, Josh, is that something that we do here that I've heard, horror stories from other places, is we're going to take time with you. We want to make sure we learn about you, learn about what your needs are, find the right vehicle for you, do whatever we can to make you comfortable in your decision to buy that vehicle. Walk back, get service records, Carfax, get you all the information. If you need to test drive 5 or 6 vehicles to see what's going to work for your family's needs the best, we're going to take the time to do that with you. We're not going to sit and get pushy or frustrated for any reason because you didn't land on the first car that we looked at together, which is I think really great for the customer experience.
Yeah, and I've also along with that, I've had numerous times where I've had someone come in and they've asked questions about they want to buy an F-250 for this, that, or the other thing, and they're barely even, what they're towing is very minimal, but they think that because they're towing anything, they have to have a 3/4 ton or bigger truck, and it can be done with a 1/2 ton truck.
Sometimes even an Explorer or an Expedition,
right,
or depending on what the weight of it is.
And then there's also situations where we may have the perfect truck for you in the price range for you, but you want leather or something in it. Well, we can send a truck out, get the same brand of leather that Ford puts in their Lariats or their higher end up vehicles that come with the Lariat. Same brand leather, send it out, put the leather in it for much less cost than jumping the vehicle up a trim level to get the leather. So when you come to Ford, expect to be asked some questions, but not because we're being nosy, because we're trying to help.
Right.
We just want to make sure we're heading in the right direction there.
Right, and another thing too that we do, we'll spend the time walking around the vehicles, explaining features to you, giving you a good idea before you take off for a drive of what all the buttons do. So as you're driving, you're not trying to look around and figure out what's going on. We're going to take that time with you, and as Josh said about being transparent, when we find the right vehicle for you and we're going over numbers, we do everything on a line-by-line breakdown. We take the time to go over each line with you and what that line means and why that number is there. We're not trying to rush through it and tack on costs here or tack on costs here that you don't know what it's about. And we want you to be comfortable before you go into the business office to, sign paperwork, that you know what you're agreeing to and what you're signing.
Well, yeah, and then, and that whole thing, I guess that translates into the business office. Our business manager, Tony Smith, he essentially does the same thing. So he will sit down, everything that we've talked about when we're presenting numbers. Now, this is after we've done asked the questions to make sure we're heading down the path towards the right vehicle. This is after we've done a walk around, showed you the vehicle, you've driven it, you like it, we've agreed on numbers, now you're going in to sign the state paperwork and everything else. Tony is again going to go through everything line by line and make sure that everything again is understood and very transparent. The last thing that we ever want to do is have a customer wake up the next morning, look out their window, see their new car, and be upset about it.
Right, absolutely.
So if that's the case, we've not done our jobs.
Right.
So when we go and get everything ready, it goes into the business office. Tony will come out. He will introduce himself. He'll take you in the business office. He will go line by line through everything again. At that point, if the vehicle qualifies for everything, which not every vehicle qualifies for certain things,
right,
he will go through the list of things that the vehicle qualifies for. Now, do you have to get any of it? No. Are there certain things that we really suggest? Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. If it's a machine,
it's gonna break at some point.
It's gonna break. I mean, so protect yourself. People think that their greatest investment is their home, but typically a lot of people buy one home. They buy car after car after car. So protect that investment. That's a whole different topic. But everything we do is clearly transparent. Now, the reason that this is my topic today, I chose to do this topic today, is because mainly I want to make sure that if you feel that there's something else that we could do to make sure that as a customer, if you come in to look at a vehicle, there's something that we could do to make you feel even more like a VIP, we want to know. That's what we want to do. Again, we need all aspects of business here, and not just in sales, but in service, in parts, and whatnot. We need referrals, we need reviews, we need all sorts of things.
Right. So by giving you the right experience and treating you
exactly
as you should, our hope is that you're gonna refer your friends to us, refer your family to us, because you had such a good experience here.
Yep. And I can speak honestly for myself, for Swan, for the other sales folks that that don't really work here, but you know, when you walk in, we know your name. We remember you. You buy a vehicle now, you come back in 3 years and buy another vehicle, we remember your name. We don't have to see you for that 3 years to remember who you are. Every time you come in, you have a personal experience. You have an experience.
Yeah, if we
that's for
ask you your name, we're totally just kidding.
Yeah. It's not because we're getting old.
Right.
But yeah, everything that we do, we try to tailor it to you. We also have remote. We can come to your house. We can get appraisals off-site. We can do all sorts of things to make this thing as easy as possible for you. So again, if there's anything that we have not mentioned that you think would be beneficial to you or another guest, let us know.
Yeah, comment on the video.
Yeah, we would love that.
Shoot us a message. Let us know. However, we can try and make the experience better for you.
Absolutely. So, I guess that being said,
I think that's it.
That time.
Yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching another segment of Caffeine and Cars. Cheers. We'll see you next time.